I'm so grateful that you have been listening to me and have been giving me beautiful feedback that this is helping you all to have a discussion about the coronavirus pandemic and how the yoga and Vedanta can throw us light and make us a little bit more enlivened with this experience of the difficulties that we're going through. And as I've been always talking about, after all these difficulties, what comes out is the truth. And today's topic is all about truth. So we'll talk about what is truth, who is responsible for the truth, who knows the ultimate truth, what happens if we don't tell the truth, and what is the present context of this truth. So before we start our talk, let's bring back both the palms together. So this brings a beautiful balanced state of our body and mind, because we have a left side and the right side. Left brain, right brain. So we are a symmetric body. So when you bring your palms together, not only all the acupressure points touch upon each other, your palms touch upon each other, all the chakras of your palms and fingertips gets activated. It brings your subconscious mind active, brings balance between the left and right brain, so that your decision becomes more closer to the truth of life. And keep your thumbs touching the heart center. That's called Anahat Chakra, the heart center. And keep your eyes gently closed. Take a few moments to recollect yourself. You have so many different components, so many different ingredients. So just bring all those together here and now. And remind yourself of your sankalp, your resolution, that we are practicing this wellness satsang towards a total health, true happiness, and a stronger immune system at all levels: physical, mental, emotional, intellectual, and also spiritual level. So repeat your personal sankalp 3 times in your mind and bring a positive confirmation in your heart, in the feeling of a positivity. Now we'll raise both the hands up to the sky, keeping the palms open like this all the way. And then in a surrender mudra, keep your chin up a little bit, eyes closed, facing to the Father Sky, the ultimate source of all the knowledge. Let's invoke this prayer to connect to the Guru Mandala, to connect to the realm of light and wisdom and truth, absolute. Let's chant 5 Ohms. Breathe in. Inhale. Gently bring your palms together back again to Namaskar Mudra. Let's start with a small prayer, which is a yogic prayer, which will seek universal protection as you seek this knowledge. So whenever we practice such spiritual talks, we open up our conscience, we open up our consciousness. That is why we seek protection. Just like in an operation theatre, the surgeon would make sure that everything is sterile, so that there is no infection to the patient who is undergoing a surgery. Likewise, when we practice spirituality, the yogis have talked about chanting this Ohms a couple of times, so that it creates a very sterile or a spiritual environment around and within, so that we can go deeper without any negativity coming to our life. Right? So let's seek this protection, nourishment from the universe as we seek the truth today. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vadhitamastu Ma Vidvisavahai. Om Shanti Shanti, Shanti. The meaning of this prayer: may the universe protect us all, may the universe nourish us all, may this wellness talk be fruitful and enlightening, may there be no discord, no disharmony among each other, may there be peace. Om, peace, peace, peace. So friends, today's topic is about truth. Let's start with a small story that I used to hear. I'm sure we all know about different fables, different parables, different stories about how important is the truth in our life. So the story goes like, there was a simple boy, his name is Radhua, and he was a cowherd boy in the village. So his job was to take all the cows from the villagers and then take them to the forest for grazing. And in the evening, he'll bring back those cows. So he was a little naughty child. So he was very curious to explore things in life, sometimes adventurous way. So one day it occurred to him, it's a boring job that every day I just get the herds of cow and then just spend time alone, nothing to do in this forest. Let me play some tricks. So he thinks about something in his mind and goes on the top of the tree and then just yells at the loudest of his voice to all the villagers, villagers, please come. There is a big tiger who has come here and he'll eat up all your cows. Please come. And by hearing his voice, the nearby villagers, they left all their work and they started rushing in to the forest. And finally, when they came to the site, this guy just giggling, just laughing, because he just played a plot. He just played a trick. There was no tiger. So it was a lie. And he became very happy about this. Of course, that was his idea, how to get some kicks in life. And then the happiness lasted for 1 week, and after again, second week, he played the same trick again, in a little bit more louder voice, in a more dramatic way. He said, not only one tiger, there's a bunch of tigers who have come. Please come right away. And I'm telling the truth. He'll also tell a lie in the name of truth. And everybody, with their gullible mind, they rushed to the site and they found there was no tiger. Cows are grazing happily. And this boy again, to his heart's content, giggled and laughed and, he enjoyed himself. The villagers, of course, become very angry about him. And everybody just left with very distressed and agony. And time passed by. And after some time, in fact, the tiger came and he started eating the cows. And his life also was in danger. He climbed up to the top of the tree and yelled out of fear, villagers, please come. There is a real tiger. I'm not telling a lie. This is the truth. And please. He just begged. The villagers heard it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, but nobody bothered, because they have already witnessed this child is a naughty child and he must be playing a trick again. And they didn't want to be fooled again and again, because you can't make somebody fool. You can make them fool 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, but not all the time. So obviously they didn't come. And then it was a dangerous moment, and then he was punished after that, because so many cows were lost because of his negligence, because of his immaturity. So what is the moral of the story? Just for your emotional immaturity, just for your personal kick, if you play with a concept of truth and take it under your pleasure, you will definitely see the consequence. You'll definitely experience the consequence. And that is what matters the most. We must be responsible for the consequences behind every act, behind every thought, behind every action that we take. So truth is something that cannot be told. Because the moment you tell the truth in any language, you are already confining the vastness, the infinite possibilities of the truth into the limitations of those languages, those words. Think about 26 alphabets. Every language has limitations. There is not absolutely every word has been created so far to experience or to explain or to express everything that the nature has. We're still not fully advanced in the language point of view. We don't have the complete set of vocables and complete set of words and expressions to express our feelings, the truth. So the moment you start telling the truth, it becomes untruth. The moment you start thinking this is the truth, that is also untruth. The moment you start believing that this is the truth, because your mind, your body, your sense organs, your intellect, your wisdom, your past memories, your future expectations, the world's technology, the economics, the politics, everything plays a role on their own self, and to tint it little bit, so that the absolute purity of the truth is compromised, right? So what is real truth when it comes down to the human consciousness or to the human awareness? It becomes untruth again. So, but somebody who knows the truth, there is always an absolute truth which is always deep within us. And we always know the truth, but we pretend not to tell the truth, not to know the truth. And that is what the game that we have always signed up to experience in this life, which is termed basically in spiritual terms called Leela. I'll tell you another story. This is always I explain to my clients in a very funny way so that it goes inside. I always try to create this aha moment so that something goes inside, because truth is always one, but we are not satisfied with one way, right? So we always look for many different ways of explaining, understanding. Otherwise you'll get bored. If you know that you are the Brahman, you are everything, and you are the God, then what is the fun of living life? So to get a kick of life, the mind plays these tricks of telling everything in an exaggerated way. All the time. The mind is always constantly hallucinating. The brain is hallucinating every moment to learn about things, to exaggerate things, to add masala or the spices into it, so that we have the fun of living life. Otherwise life will be so boring. So the mind itself plays the trick. And nothing wrong with that, because that is called life. That is called the Leela. So, but if you know that you are playing a game, and it's only a game, then you don't take it seriously. You'll enjoy life. So it's like a grandpa, he is trying to play with his grandchild, and then they decide to play the game of hide and seek. So the grandchild will try to blindfold his grandpa and then ask him to stay in a particular place, and then this grandchild will go around and hide, and then grandpa has to go around and then find the grandchild. So the grandpa is blindfolded, and the grandchild closely sneaks out to the corner of the room, and by looking at the footsteps with his age-old memory, of course, the grandpa will know exactly where the child is hiding. But the grandpa will not immediately come and then grab the child, because there is no fun of playing the game. So he will go around to the opposite corner. If the child is here on this left side, he'll go to the far most right and then try to find it. Hey, are you here? Are you here? Are you here? And this child is giggling, laughing all the time. And he'll go to the other corner. He'll go to the other corner. Sometimes he goes around it. And he just plays the game for 5-10 minutes. And all this time, the child is just giggling and laughing because the grandpa cannot find. But what is the story? That the grandpa always knows where the child is hiding, but he wants to amuse the child. He's playing a game of this hide and seek. So this is a very serious concept, because we always know the truth, but we always find the truth in something outside. We always know where the happiness is, but we always look for the happiness outside. We look at a sweet dish. Oh, wow, hey, are you the happiness here? Or look at the beautiful flower. Are you here? You look at a beautiful child. Are you here? Look at the sky. Are you here? So we always move around the nature all our life, looking for the happiness, looking for the truth, looking for beauty, looking for joy, looking for love, looking for happiness, looking for safety, everything outside. But never ever we come inside and find that everything lies within me, even though we know that. Why? Because we have decided to play this game of forgetting everything. We've signed a pact before we came here to this planet Earth. We've signed a game because this is the rule of the game. Hey, you know the truth, but you don't have to tell the truth. You don't have to understand the truth. You have to forget every moment that you don't know the truth. Just like the grandpa. He tells him that even though I know, I will not go there and then surprise him just like that. There is no fun. So that is a very serious concept. We know what is absolute truth. Our inner conscience knows it all the time. But we don't act on it because we want to extend the game. But in the first story that I talked about, the liar Radhwa or Michwa Radhwa in Odia. So, but sometimes it can be very dangerous. Right? So every time we have to be responsible to contemplate on the power of the truth, to introspect on the truth. I'll tell you another story. And if you just look at the story and then see there are so many different angles to interpret it. You know about Srimad Bhagavatam? Vedavyas wrote it, about the Leela of Lord Krishna, about all the activities that he did. So one of the core part of the story is, there was the king Parikshit, who is a descendant of the Pandava dynasty, Pandavas, Arjun's, I think, grandson. The king Parikshit, one day he went on hunting and he went to the forest and he moved around for hours together, evening time, and he was very tired and he was very thirsty and he was looking for a glass of water. And then he found a beautiful ashram or a hermitage. So he went inside with the hope that he'll get a nice cool glass of water to quench his thirst. And finally when he went inside, all the children of the ashram, they have gone out to play, there is nobody, and he started looking around within and he found that Rishi Shamika, he is in deep meditation, he is in a samadhi state. And then he tried to make some noise, make his presence available, but because the Rishi was in such a deep trance meditation, he did not notice about his presence. And then the king was already thirsty and he had already lost his conscience and he became very mad and he picked up a dead snake which is caught, lying in the boundary of the ashram with the tip of his bow, and he put as a necklace to the Rishi when he was meditating. And the Rishi was meditating, it didn't bother him, and after some time all the kids came in and then they saw the Rishi there, all the figure, like he is the chief of the ashram and somebody has done such a great insult to our Rishi. And then his son, the Shamika's son himself, he was a young adult, like an adolescent, and he became very mad, he became very angry, and to add his to fuel to the fire, like all his friends teased him, like, look at a Kshatriya or a king must have done this one, who has the courage to do this? And then the son, while his dad is still in meditation, he goes to the river, takes some water in his hand, in his palms, and then with his spiritual power, he curses whoever that king or whoever that person has done this insult to my father. Within 7 days, a poisonous snake will come and then the venom of this poisonous snake will burn him to ashes. Look at such a powerful emotion, such a powerful idea, such a powerful vital energy he infested as a curse. And then of course, like, it happened in reality. And then the king Parikshit knew about this. He realized his mistake immediately after that. He knew about this curse that the Rishi's son has given it to him. And he realized that, he can't going to escape it. And he started thinking in a positive way. He started thinking, like, since I'm going to die in 7 days, why not I take advantage of this one and then try to go deeper and then try to enlighten myself. And Shukamuni, the Vyasadev's son, he was summoned to teach him the whole concept of Srimad Bhagavatam within 7 days. And before the cobra, the Takshak, the Naga came, he became enlightened. He left his body even before the fire came in from the poison of the snake. Look, there are different aspects of this story. So the king was meditating, and of course the king taught his son a lesson, like, such a small act of mistake, you cannot punish the king for such a big way. So all the different aspects of the stories. So, but look at the whole thing as a plot, like a movie. If the king did not do that silly act of putting the dead cobra on the Rishi's snake, the whole Mahabharata, the wisdom of Mahabharata would not have come. People would not have realized that human beings also, or everybody, can be realized through the knowledge. So all these teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam would not have come from a mistake that somebody did. So if you look at every story, like Mahabharata, Ramayana, every story or any story of the present time also, there is always a deeper meaning behind everything that happens. That's what they say, like, whatever happens for a good cause. If you have the wisdom, if you contemplate on the truth of it, go deeper and deeper and deeper and find out what is the truth. And then automatically you'll find more peace within. And that is so much contextual right now. Because there is so much of media coverage happening, everybody just putting different messages, and then with the technology, it is so easy right now to manipulate these messages and to fabricate these messages, right? So when you believe that one is the truth without really investigating, getting into it, and then you keep forwarding to millions of your friends, then what happens? We are creating a world of fear. We are creating a network of fear. We are creating a network of mistrust. So it is our individual responsibility to find the truth in whatever way possible. And unless and until we really know it's the truth, we should not really give it to others. That's the first lesson that I'm going to teach today. Right? I'm also going to practice it myself. Because this is very, very important that unless we know the truth, unless we contemplate on the truth, unless we do some due diligence, some research about it, we should not really propagate it all about. Because as I told yesterday, the fear is the breeding ground for such viruses. And maybe the truth is something else. Who knows? Let the time reveals it. Let the time reveal it. The time is the biggest healer. So if we contemplate every day for 5-10 minutes about the truth of life, it will create more strength in our mind, intellect and spirit. That is why the Bhagavatam talks about this concept called Satyam Param Dhimahi. That means if you meditate on the truth and seek this guidance through your intelligence, so every stop and step of life, you will be guided in a proper way. The truth itself will guide us in the real path. We don't have to go through a lot of turmoils of life for no reason. Every experience will be a powerful lessons in reality, so that we will know what is the truth at every moment of it. Because in truth, every word has the power in it. I'll tell you another story. Like one person, she was a rich lady, and she wanted to learn Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita was a very profound spiritual discourse. She knew about that. She hired one of the wisest priests in the town, and she requested him, please teach me this Bhagavad Gita. I want to learn it before I die. And then the first sloka itself, it says, Dharmakshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta, Yuyuschava. That means all the seekers of the truth, all the warriors, all the fighters are present in this Dharmakshetra, which is the land of Dharma or the righteousness, or the Kurukshetra, which is from the Kuru dynasty. But now this teacher was very intelligent, very smart. He kind of jumbled up the words together, and then he tried to explain to her that we see these two words, Dharmakshetra and Kurukshetra, if you put them together in a different context, it says that Kshetre Kshetre Dharmam Kuru. Like Kurukshetra, Dharmakshetra, if you jumble them up, it becomes Kshetre Kshetre Dharmam Kuru. That means in every field, you do your duty based on your education, based on your talent, based on your truth, based on your knowledge. If you do that, you will become successful. Kshetre Kshetre Dharmam Kuru. In whatever field that you have chosen, if you go to the deep and introspect the truth and do the truthful thing, you will become successful. And after that, this lady said like, no, after that, please don't teach me anything else. I want to experience this whole concept in my life, right? So two words itself are like magic potion. So if you think about the truth, every mantra that we chant to overcome this pandemic right now is a powerful mantra. Even Om itself. And the mantra that we have taken, I'm totally happy, I'm totally healthy, truly happy, and I'm building up a stronger immune system, that itself could be a mantra. So if you just contemplate on that, the prana shakti is the mantra. Right? So those are all very, very important aspects of the truth. So definitely we must take some time to introspect on the truth, to find the truth, and then meditate on the truth. Then automatically our conscience will become more and more mature. We will overcome this intellectual immaturity, emotional immaturity, spiritual immaturity at an individual level, at a national level, and even at an international level, at a global level, so that we all as a human race rise up to the highest possible level of creation that the universe is aspiring for billions of years. So we are the Uttaradhikari, or we are the heirs of those sages who have been given this powerful technology. And by the way, with the advent of the technology, it's very, very difficult to hide the truth. If you tell a lie or if you do something misconduct, at one way or other, the technology is changing behind you. Right? The satellites are there. Through the Google Earth, you can find out what's happening every second, everything. So everything can be revealed in very due course of time. That's why even our body also reveals the truth. That's why all the lie detector machines, they don't exactly work like that, because you'll have perspiration, your pupils will become bigger when you tell a lie, your ears can become red when you tell a lie. So there are definite signals that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and spiritual beings always tell the truth. So when you act like a spiritual being and then tell the truth and introspect on the truth, meditate on the truth, even at this moment we'll get realized, because we are all realized. We're only playing the game, just like the grandpa, blindfolded, knowing that the child is hiding, but you want to goof around. Like friends, so with these small light notes, I wanted to explain this concept of truth is very important. Let's take a responsibility of finding out the truth before we forward the next message. Let's do that, and then try to create a positive pocket of consciousness every moment. So every time that you are still enjoying this moment of quarantine, enjoy this moment and introspect the truth. Find the truth. Discover the truth of your life. Let's keep our eyes together. Keep your palms together again to the state of samasthiti, equanimity. And let's connect to the heart center. As usual, we always chant this mantra, Prana Shakti. And let's think about this. Prana Shakti itself is the absolute truth in our own personal life and a collective life. And let this truth, absolute truth, Satyameva Jayate, Satyam Param Dhimahi, the basic emblem of the motto of India, Satyameva Jayate. Let the truth triumph. So keep thinking about the Prana Shakti mantra 5 times as you breathe in, focusing on your heart as an Om symbol. And as you breathe out 5 times, just do it for a minute. Thank you very much, and please continue this meditation. Love you. Thank you. Namaste.